How's it going, everybody? I am Carter. I'm the creative director with Revival here. I'm usually behind the camera. I'm the guy setting all the links to all the podcasts. And this week we decided we wanted to do something a little different and kind of pull the rug on Landon and let me do the interviewing and let him kind of talk about his past and everything else. So,
Yeah, it should be fun, dude. How's it feel to be on the other side of the camera?
dude, I'm nervous. Being in front of a camera freaks me out. So I'm getting there. But
That's awesome.
all
Cool.
right. Well, you
Cool.
said you have a little bit of announcements.
Yeah. Let's hit off with some announcements as well as some shout outs. We have some big shout outs. So last week alone, okay, Chad. So Chad is brand new here. He started just a couple weeks ago, and he broke a company record just barely for closes in a week as a setter. Assuming nothing cancels, right? So he had 9 closes. He had 1 cancel, so the record right now is 8, set by Chad. Previous record was 7. So cross our fingers for Chad. Everything holds solid because that is freaking awesome. And that was $144,000 in revenue in just a week. That's a solid
dude.
month.
And you said he started, what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, started just a few weeks ago. So, dude, freaking awesome. Keep up the good work. Right behind Chad this week was Ryan. He had a big fat close, so this helped a lot. He had $103,000 in revenue last week with 2 closes. Now, as far as the closers go, top of the leaderboard last week was Brennan Homestead at $167,000 in revenue, closely followed by Jake at $135,000. So, way to go, guys. Y'all are crushing it. Announcement for this week. I hope all of you guys have RSVP'd to the Black Tie Gala event. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of exciting announcements for 2026. We're going to kind of recap 2025, look at all of the accomplishments of everything that you guys have accomplished. So get excited for that, as well as the sales conference on Saturday. We've got some really cool guest speakers coming in for that. You do not want to miss it. So if you haven't already RSVP'd, go and do it right now.
So the real question is, are you going to be wearing a tux or a suit?
Dude, my wife would want me to wear a tux probably.
I want to
be
see
honest.
a bow tie.
But dude, I'm not gonna do tux. I kind of hate tuxes for some reason.
I have to go buy a new suit.
Dude,
I'm nervous. I'm too big from all my old suits.
dude,
So.
getting too swole, huh?
Oh.
No, I'll just be in a suit.
Okay, that's awesome.
But it's a nice suit. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll be probably in a sweater. Okay, well let's. I want to jump right into this, and this is going to be a little different from what we've done on past podcasts. Usually, you talk with reps, you ask them how they do it, how are they killing it, because a lot of the reps that are on this podcast they're out there breaking records, they're killing it. But with you being an owner and being behind the scenes, you don't get the chance to go knock doors as often. And the big question for me is, what is balance for you? All right, how do you balance work and home life when you are helping run a company?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something that initially, like starting the company, that I really struggled with.
How so?
Yeah, so one of my values is like love and connection, and family is at the first and foremost in that. Okay, like I really value my relationship with my wife and with my kids. Like, so my priority list in life is pretty much God, family, work. Okay, but when I started this company, it kind of went work, family, God, which is totally out of alignment with how I wanted to live my life. And so I've had to make some like adjustments, and it's not like you can just snap your fingers and all of a sudden you're living 100% in alignment with your values. So one of those moments that really did help me kind of reorder things though was actually going to the collective. I've shared with you and with other reps about my experience there a little bit in the past, but like really doing a lot of internal reflection and seeing what I was doing that was out of alignment with who I was at my core. And so yeah, first starting the company, obviously you're working crazy hours. I was closing at the time. I was also occasionally setting when I didn't have appointments. Meanwhile, also starting the company, right? And everything that goes into that, which is a lot. And to do all of that, it's like you're kind of burning the midnight oil, right? And so that was difficult. And I think any entrepreneur will agree that it's probably, I don't know if it's possible to necessarily start a business and have it start successfully
Yeah.
and launch quickly without having a moment of, imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really love the word balance, to be honest. Just because if I imagine what balance is, it's like two things are equal, right? If you're on like a balancing, what are those little things called?
The scale.
The scales, yeah, the balancing scales. Like balance would be like equal weight on both of those. That's not necessarily how I view me living in alignment with my values. Because that would mean it's like, hey, everything's going perfect at home at the same time it's going perfect at work, and I'm giving the equal attention to both of those. But that's not really the
priority,
case, right? I think as actually Elder Bednar, he gave a really cool talk about balance. If you remember this talk, he talked about the guys that were like at the circus. They're doing this act where they have these sticks and they're spinning these plates, and they're trying to keep them all balanced. But if you look really closely and you slow it down, he's never like spinning all of the sticks equally at the same time.
Oh.
He'll whatever plate is starting to wobble, he'll start spinning that one, and then he'll let that go, and then he'll give attention to the other one that's starting to wobble, right? And so kind of this back and forth trying to keep things afloat, but it's never always equally balanced, okay? And I feel like life is the same way, right?
Yeah.
I need to make sure that when I'm home, I'm home.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm studying, I'm studying. I'm with God, right? And I think that is how you achieve balance, I guess, with your values, just being fully present in the things that you're doing and making sure that whatever you're doing, you feel good about the amount of attention that you are giving to it. And so for me, that's changed over the years. It started out like, hey, we had to set expectations, me and my wife. It's like, hey, I'm not going to be home for dinner.
Yeah.
For the first who knows how long, because I'm out closing deals, and that's when the deals are closed, is after dinner.
And it's so hard. And around that time, I mean, how many kids do you have?
Currently we have 3. Fourth on the way, actually, which I'm freaking scared about. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Well, it's going to be rough. But.
On top of that, because you said that you lock into the thing that you are currently in, right? If you're at work, you're at work. If you're with your family, you're with family. If you're with God, you're with God. What are the habits you take to prepare for those moments? Because, you brought up the collective. And something I learned about coaching is you don't want to leave, this is a weird phrase, but you don't want to leave as a motivated idiot, right? People get pumped up at some of these events. They get coached, and then they leave and completely ignore what they taught. Or they learned. Yeah. So what are habits that you brought from the collective, or habits that you have used over the past years to get that? I mean, you hit the word balance, but you get that balance.
Yeah, I love that. You make a really good point. I think that is more common than it is not for guys to come and learn something. I wouldn't even say learn. They hear something, write it down in a notebook, and then don't apply. I say it's not learned until you've actually taken it and started to apply it into your life. Some things that I have done from there is like really just setting aside time to do self-reflection. That's something that I was not doing, that I wanted to be doing, that would be in alignment with who I am, with my values. But I was just not finding the time, or not, I guess, prioritizing the time, not making the time to really connect with God and connect with myself, so I could make those micro adjustments to live more in alignment. And so I guess going back to your earlier question, I did not want anyone to think that I'm like really good at being fully present. That is actually one of my biggest weaknesses. But it is something I want to become one of my biggest strengths. And so I'm constantly working on it, and I'm getting better and better. But like initially, like when I would get home, my wife's perfect world, and actually my perfect world as well, would be like I get home and I turn my phone off. Yeah. Or I put it in a basket or something. But like the reality was, it's like, okay, I've got all these closers. I'm literally the only guy that knows how to answer these questions and these scenarios or work through this tech issue.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much every night I'm getting a call from one of the closers with an issue that I'm the only guy that can fix.
Yeah.
So I feel obligated to keep my phone on and to pay attention to everything coming through on my phone while I'm with my family, just in case someone's closing a $50,000 deal.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to lose the deal because I had my phone off. So it's like this constant battle, like, I hated it, right?
Yeah.
And we're almost there. Like we've made a huge effort, like on our end, expanding like in-house operations. We just hired a 24/6 IT guy.
Heard about this.
Which I'm really excited about. His name is Logan. He's freaking awesome.
It's a sample of one of the announcements that's coming out on
yeah,
Friday.
so,
So.
yeah, he's our tech guy. He's systems admin. So I'm trying to offload all of my knowledge, right?
Yeah.
All of the questions that someone would have asked me that I had to have my phone on, I'm going to offload to him. I hired an assistant recently, Karen. She's amazing. I'm sure like everyone out here has gotten a text from her already.
She's a killer.
Super awesome. She's helping offload things so that I don't have to like worry about that. And so I've been very intentional about like building out people and systems to allow me to live totally in alignment with my values.
Yeah.
So I'm getting there, but I'm still working on it.
Is it very similar with a lot of the owners too?
Yeah. I think so. Bridger, shout out to Bridger. I mean, that guy's just awesome. He's always been really good at. He's always been good at this. I don't know what it is, but he's like, he does not worry about work when he goes home, and he's like so good at just like ignoring things.
Yeah.
Which I wish I had that, but I'm like kind of a workaholic. I actually love working here, and I love building things. Love creating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is addicting. But I love my family more, right?
Yeah.
So I have to, find that balance. And then I guess touching on like God, right? That was another area I said I struggled in. So like I would like listen to things while I drive occasionally, and just like it was always like the back burner, last on the list. If I have time for it, I'll get it done.
It was a checklist.
Yeah, but you never really get it done when it's at the back of the list. And also it was kind of a checklist. I always viewed like studying as a thing that I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know why it finally clicked in my head. But I had a conversation with James. It was after the collective. I vividly remember this conversation. We were sitting in the airport, going to Cabo, me and James, to another collective retreat with just owners. And I was like, man, I don't even need to go to this. I just went to the collective. I'm already feeling pretty good, whatever. But no, like I needed that. And it was mostly for this one conversation I had with James where he talked about him meeting with his dad, and his dad like was telling him that all of your life's problems will be solved if you have daily study. And then he talked for an hour to James about what that actually looks like.
Yeah.
And he was just like a really like pillar example to James. Like every single day he'd wake up and his dad would already be awake in his office, just like studying something, It's like he had just like huge bookshelf behind him of just like church books and whatever. It's like, dang, that's crazy. I would never like imagine myself as that. Like my studies are always like, hey, I've got to read the Book of Mormon. I got to do this because I'm supposed to, and because I know like I'll be blessed if I do that. But what his dad said is all you need to do is follow the Spirit. Like whatever you feel like you're supposed to learn and whatever you feel like you're supposed to study, like getting on your knees and being in like true connection with God.
Intentional.
Like, that's what you're supposed to study. I'm like, boom, light bulb goes on. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't know why it took all these years for me to like finally really feel that. I think there's a lot of events that had to lead up to it for it to click for me.
Yeah.
And since I've been doing that and been intentional about making my assistant block out time every day, protect my office, don't let anyone come in, put the do not disturb on. It's like, it's been.
You do your studying at office.
I do.
That's awesome.
I do because
that.
It's like I get home and I'm eating dinner and then I'm putting the kids to bed and then I'm with my wife and then we're tired and then we go to bed.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and then I go to the gym and then I get home. It's like this repeat. I never found time. So I'm like, you know what? It's happening at my office when I don't have anyone to distract me. And I'm going to just make it happen. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's been like the most successful, study
Yeah.
time that I've ever had, and it's been so awesome.
And the blessings, like, they become so blatantly obvious once you start focusing on God. I mean, like, as of recently, I was like, dude, I haven't been to the temple in like a year. I was like, I need to do that. So I went out and renewed my temple recommend, and I've been so consistent with the temple
Heck yeah,
every
dude.
single week, and I'm going with my mom,
awesome.
and it's awesome. And within a span of a month, I have seen myself being happier. I found somebody, which is crazy.
Seriously,
Like,
seriously. I'm so excited
So,
for you, dude.
it's on record now. So. But it really is blatantly obvious. It's like instead of having it become a checklist, it becomes a priority, and I realize it's like, if I don't do this, I'm going to feel as though I have failed my duty as a priesthood holder and as someone who wants to be as active in the church as possible. I talk about the future a lot, about how it's like, yeah, I want to be the fun-loving dad who can invite others to come to church, but I'm like, dude, I'm not putting that effort for myself. Why am I not doing that? And I have seen a massive change. So when you brought that up, I was like, it clicked, and I was like, dude, 100% true. Put in that effort, and don't think of it as something that you need to do, but have to do.
Right.
But I don't know, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
It has been fun. So yeah, those are like some of the ways that I've been adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely, again, still very early in that path of adjustment.
Yeah.
But it's been awesome. Yeah.
So how do you implement this with your family? Like, I mean, yeah, you do your own personal studies, but like, how do you involve your studies with your family? How do you kind of put that into their lives?
So that is where my wife is like the best person ever, and where I am really not the best person ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that is probably, probably one of the biggest complaints. If you were to ask my wife about me, is like, yeah, I guess leading out in like study or being very like proactive in that role. It's just been hard for me because of like, I guess my background and my own habits and study habits, where she's always been like super diligent in those things.
Yeah.
She just like loves studying. That's what she would do all day if she could. And so she's always kind of naturally taken lead on those things because she has more to talk about. She's more passionate in those senses. And so when you have someone that you know is going to do it, it's easier to kind of take a back seat on it, which is what I've kind of done, which is not something I'm proud of, but I'm being honest, that's what's happened. And so I've tried to just do better and better in that. And I like, okay, I'm going to study and plan this little FHE lesson for my kids. And I mean, it's simple stuff. So yeah, that's something we're always working on.
Yeah. Well, I love that. Well, I want to take a little bit of a turn because we talked a lot about studying. But something I have noticed since being with Revival is it is a completely different culture from any other company I've been with in the sales industry. I mean, in the sales industry, all you see is flash. You see flashy cars. You see people showing off their money on Instagram. And I noticed that here at Revival, people are making phenomenal money, but they're not promoting it. They are posting pictures of their family. They are showing off the kind of person, father, husband they want to be. And it truly impressed me because it was like, this is the type of people I want to be around. And you and I have talked about how we want to brand the company like that, where this is a company where you grow to become a better person. I mean, what is the core value of Revival again?
Yeah. So I guess like our mission statement would be like, we started Revival and it exists to help people change the trajectory of their life.
I love that. By
building like the platform, the tools and the systems in order to make that happen. It's like, that's what we're all about. It's like, it's not about the money. Money is a byproduct of anyone becoming a better version of themselves. But that's truly what brings us as owners a lot of satisfaction, is helping people pivot in the right direction and then continue on that path as far as we can take them. And whether that means they stay here long term or transition into something else, I just hope we leave them like on the right trajectory.
Was that the intentions from the beginning when you guys started the company?
Oh, yeah.
Was it like, Did you guys want to have that hyped culture? Or did you want to have the culture that brings people in by showing off like family love? Or I don't know, it's kind of a weird way to put it, but like how did you have when you guys were coming up with the company, what was the intention of that mission statement? Like how did you find that mission statement, and was there others that you were thinking of?
Yeah, great question. So as we did like a lot of reflection at when we started the company, it never was like, okay, why do we want this? It wasn't like a question that we're trying to like narrow. How do I say this? It wasn't necessarily a choice that we just like, hey, had all these different ideas on paper and said, all right, that sounds like a good one.
That was a winner.
That was a winner. Let's do that. It was more so, who are we? Why are we? It's like, and why are we creating this company? And is just doing a lot of introspection on what already was, right? Getting really clear on what was there. And when it all boiled down to one thing, like that was it.
Yeah.
That's just who we are. And that's what we always have been. And that's why we love sales and why we love management, why we love leading.
Yeah.
So yeah, does that kind of answer that question?
Yeah, it does. And I mean, with that, what is the end goal for the culture of this company? Like, what would you love to see your sales rep, your in-house workers? How would you want everybody to be by the future, by this year, I should say?
Yeah, great question. Because by this year, that's kind of a harder one. Really, like if I could look back, a few years down the road and look at Revival, if I could see that I've had, a large pool of reps or employees that came into the company kind of lost or not knowing exactly who they are, what they want to do, and where they're going in life. And then, 6 months to a year into working here at the company, they have a lot of clarity on that. And they feel like they've made massive strides in their own life and their own growth and development. Dude, 100% success. Right? It's like that is what I would view Revival being successful as, is if that happened. Obviously, like a company needs to stay profitable at the same time. Like we'll go out of business. But again, like the money is pretty much a guaranteed byproduct of these things happening. And so, yeah, that's our focus. Our focus is not necessarily on the money. Our focus is on the growth and the self-improvement.
Yeah, because I see like in most companies, they have like a cult following where it's like it's rah, it's hype. Like they just want to show off. But I noticed that it's more focused on individual employment here. You are focused on your reps. And it's like if one rep does really good, the funnel is to him. And I think that's incredible because it's not like, hey, let's give out participation medals to every single person. But it's like, hey, we want to make sure that you focus and hit your goals. And then you can go on to the next person and make sure that they do the same. Was that intentional at all? Or was that just like, that's just how you guys are? You just wanted to be able to focus on each person.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely never been in our personality from even before Revival, when we were doing like pest control and stuff. We were always kind of that black sheep over like at Aptive. It's like there were so many different teams and downlines. It's just like they were the flashy cars, the hype up on Instagram, all those different things. It's like, dude, that is so cringy to me. It's like I hate that stuff. So yeah, we never were that way. We've always kind of just been the more like mellow, laid back, just like we just want to keep it real, surround ourselves with like really cool guys that want to go places, want to learn, want to grow. And if someone is willing, going to like focusing on the individual, it's like those are the people we want to focus our efforts and attention. Yeah. Because that is our goal, is to push people forward. And you can only help pull someone forward if they're willing to walk with you.
Yeah. And so when you're looking or you're interviewing people to come on to Revival, what is that winning factor that you want to pull them into the company? Because, I mean, you guys, what, do we double in size this year from what it sounds like? I saw
think
some
so.
of the numbers.
Yeah, among like sales reps and employees, especially our employee side, like in-house, like exploded a lot. Yeah. So we have a very clear filter when we're hiring employees or sales reps.
Mm-hmm.
And our filter is essentially our core values. That's what it comes down to. If they do not align with our core values, we will not hire that person. So it's like starting out is, are they hungry? It's like that's one of our core values, meaning are they going to actually show up, get to work, put in the effort that it's required to like get the outcomes that we know that they need to succeed.
Yeah.
It's like that's someone that's hungry. They're showing up to the trainings. They're taking it seriously. Are they servant leadership is another core value. So are they willing to go out there and lead from the front? They're willing to put in effort, even if it's for the sake of someone else on the team, right? Mm-hmm. They're willing to cheer people on. Are they going to like keep everything positive? And then the last core value is live in the gain. That one I love. It's like it comes from The Gap in the Gain by Benjamin Hardy. Living in the gap would be always viewing like where you're at comparing to where you were or where you want to be.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're always going to be at a deficit. It's like, oh man, I wish I was, I'm making $100,000. I wish I was making $500,000. And once you're making 500, man, I wish I was making $1 million, yada, yada, yada. It's like good to have aspirations, but always focusing on the lack of things that you have is like not a good place to live.
Yeah.
Instead of living in the gain, dude, it's like, look where I was last year to where I am now. Dang, dude,
What's
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That gets you hyped up, like relying on your successes, your wins, all the good things that are happening around you. It's easy, super easy to get caught up in the negative things. It's a lot harder, and you have to be more intentional, focusing on the positive, and those are the types of people that we want here.
Yeah.
So if they do not align with those three things, like willing to really work hard, keep things positive, and just like put in efforts for the sake of the team, not be like I guess they have to be a team player is in other words, then we just, sorry, it's not going to fit for you.
Well, everything you talked about actually clicked in my brain. It described every single one of our closers and leaders. Like I thought of Ty, I thought of Tegan. They are the description of what you just talked about. Like they are killers. So shout out to you guys. Like those guys are insane. They are active in the group chats. They are hyping people up and always involved, right? Like if I post up a podcast every single week, I know that those guys are listening to it. And they bring it up every single time. They're like, wow, that was a great podcast. And I think it's so fun to see the involvement of people who want to grow and want to be involved in a company rather than sitting off on the sidelines and thinking, man, I just want to make a bunch of money and get out of here.
Totally.
And you see that a lot in sales, right? I saw a video the other day of someone who came up and said that sales is a company, like people say you can go and grow in, but in reality, it's not for most companies, right? You can only limit yourself to a specific amount of money or commission that you're making before you need to go to another company to get another offer. And people tend to move around a lot. But I notice in Revival, you guys are focusing on, hey, like, we don't want you to limit yourself. We want you guys to have higher commission pay. We want you to guys to move on to market owners or closers. You guys are pushing for that growth rather than just say, hey, stay as a setter because you're good as a setter. And I think it's interesting.
Yeah. So I want to make actually a slight correction to something you said.
Please do.
Not to that anything. Sorry.
I'm not in the realm.
Sorry if they came off wrong. But I would actually argue that every sales company does promote and does actually allow people to progress financially.
Yeah.
So I think you don't actually necessarily have to jump from company to company in the sales world in order to get like commission bumps or like promotions or whatnot. Yeah. Like those will happen. I think what's unique about what we're building here is that even if you were growing at another company in regards to finances, you are capped or even you're moving backwards because of the people you're surrounding yourself with on a personal growth and like personal morals and values level. Like you're probably stagnant or moving backwards because of the culture that you're surrounded with and the leaders that are above you. Like if you do not have leaders who are living in alignment with their values or living in alignment with the values that you share in common with them, like you're not going to end up where you want to end up. It does not matter how much money you're making. Yeah. If you're not happy and you're not living in alignment with you, right? that needs to happen. And so that's what I'd say is unique here. It's like, yes, every company, there's great financial opportunities out there. But what's very rare is a company that has amazing financial opportunities and growth in that regard, as well as other regards, right?
Yeah.
In self-development. And where the focus is even more so here than it is over here. But to have both of those together is something that is very unique, that I feel super grateful to just be a part of and be someone that's helping create that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's more than just money.
Yeah.
It's money plus. That's it. Well, I have one more question. But yeah, you just did the Denver Blitz, and you have knocked in how long? How long has it been?
Dude, actually setting, not closing, dude.
Just setting.
It's probably like over a year that I had actually gone out and knocked.
Yeah.
Not to close. Like I've dabbled in closing every once in a while, like if I need to fill in. Even that had been a while, but setting, it had been a hot minute.
Well, because it's been what? So you got this Golden Door back in 2023.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Was that for setting or closing? Or
Closing.
closing?
Yeah.
Well, do you think that if you were to be tossed back into the fire and you were back on as a setter or a closer, you think you could hit Golden Door again?
100%, dude.
No,
100%, dude.
Think James and Bridger could have done it too?
I would. Yeah, they for sure would have hit it. If they would have jumped in as closers full time for the first full year, we'd all be Golden Doors. I would be double Golden Door.
Dude.
I'm confident because I was so close to double Golden Door, but I had gotten fired from my last company actually when we were starting this company. And so I was kind of forced to not work for a few months while we were getting things up and running here. And so there was like a 2-month break. And I was like, I was a few weeks away from double Golden Door. So I think if I went back out there, it's like contract values are higher. Everything's good. It's like we've tweaked stuff in our closing pitch. Like I for sure hit Golden Door, if not double.
Well, because have the numbers changed about how many sets you need in Windows?
So it's for closers and it's 2.5 million.
2.5. What was it before?
Yeah, it was 2.
2. So they just wow,
so
that's crazy, and that's within the year block. But
so obviously that would be dependent on me also having a good team that I'm on, right?
Yeah.
No matter how good you are at closing, if you have no setters to like set you good appointments or consistent appointments, like you're never gonna get there.
And you hit 5th. How many setters were out there in Denver?
I think we had like 26 or something. So 26. We had like a good team. 26.
And you got 5th. You were just like, I haven't knocked in here. And you went out.
Dude, I was up there, and then I had one of my fatter deals cancel. I'm like, frick, dude. But I still averaged 1 close a day while I was out there, which is what I averaged.
And you were only there for a week.
Yeah.
And you stayed in the same position. You got the number that you needed. And
yeah. So I was in the first, and then that canceled, but it doesn't matter.
That's awesome.
It was just awesome to be out there again. It's like knocking.
Did you miss it?
I did. Yeah, I did. I was like, I didn't think I did,
but
I did. I got out there. It was so fun. It's just fun to have those daily interactions with people. Like have that, every interaction. Oh man, I totally fumbled that one. Next door, I'm gonna get this. It's like the grind of no one answering, getting shut down. It's like, dang it, what am I doing wrong? Like tweak this, call a buddy. Like phone a friend. Hey, how are you overcoming this? Work through it. It was so much fun.
Plus, you're not sitting at a desk all day. You got to move around.
Exactly.
So, are you going to be doing more blitzes then? Do you plan on being out as a leader to be a part of those blitzes? Like, do we have a blitz? We have a blitz coming up.
Yeah, we've got blitz coming up. We as owners, I wish we could go out on like all the blitzes. To be honest.
Yeah.
As far as like our bandwidth goes, we do not have that bandwidth to go out that often, but we've committed at least once a year. All of us owners, we're going to do an owner's blitz and invite everyone to come on it. That might be like a twice a year thing, but at a minimum once a year, that's going to be a thing.
Yeah. Cause
we want to always stay fresh, let the guys know, but we are going to be like showing more face, getting into the team trainings, visiting every single office. At least like once a month for the newer offices, every couple months for the more established offices.
Get involved with everybody as much as possible. That's kind of what we're doing with the podcast, right? We want everybody to know everybody. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Shoot. Well, do you have any last minute words, last minute things you want to say to anybody? you're usually the interviewer, so you got the time to.
I know.
cut yourself for a
It's
sec,
funny to
so.
be on the other side of this. That was really fun. I don't think I have anything
How did
else
I do?
specific. Dude, you did
How
great.
did I do?
I think you're way better host than me. Maybe we should switch it up, man.
I'd be so down. I've been thinking about starting a podcast. I was like, I don't even know what I would talk about.
Yeah, we might have to. If I'm ever
Too busy.
too busy, I'll have you fill in for me.
Gladly. I think this is fun. I've been filming podcasts for 5-6 years. This is the first one I've ever been on. So
Let's go, dude. That's awesome.
clutch. Okay.
Cool.
Good to go.
That was awesome.